Yo, what's good? Welcome back. Welcome back to another tutorial, guys. I'm about to show you guys how I do my mid-draw fade, so stay tuned for this video so y'all get some tips and tricks. So first things first, guys, as we normally do, to make everything a lot neater for all of us, let's split the hair, whatever hair we're not going to mess with, whatever hair we're not going to cut, let's get it out of the way so we have a nice, clean canvas and a nice section that we're going to work on. So here am I about to show you guys the before. This is what my man looks like right now, looking crazy, but we're about to bless his man up. So first things first, guys, this is a 1.5 guard close. We're gonna go against the grain, so we're gonna go with the hairs that are going down, and we're gonna go upwards towards it. And notice that I have a comb, guys. The comb helps me push the longer hairs away from the guard, which allows me to get that 1.5 super close to the longer hairs. As a matter of fact, it's just straight 1.5 and straight long hairs. So get used to using your comb and pushing out those long hairs so you guys can get super close and just have a clean canvas all around 1.5. And just like all the other guards, guys, I always say try to go over it multiple times just to make sure everything's all even. And just like for the rest of the haircut, guys, it's the same steps all around. So don't be surprised when I'm rushing or zooming through the other side of his head. So I only will be recording one side of his head. So right here, guys, just like I've said before, the lineup is kind of like a guideline, like a baseline, so this allows me to see where we're going to work with. And the first thing I'm going to do is give him those hooks. And being able to see where his hooks are will allow me to see how low I want to start his fade or how high, because the hook is right there. So that's pretty much where my guideline is of where I want to work with. So you don't have to do this all the time, but he does want like a mid drop fade. So that's why I do that at first. But now, guys, with our trimmers, right, as you guys see, we're going to make our first guideline. We're going to take off all those hairs right there and try to be as neat as possible. This doesn't have to be super perfect, but neater the better. Just because the neater your guidelines are, the nicer it should come out towards the end. It will be a nicer result towards the end. So we're going to flip that trim around, guys, and take off all those hairs. And after that, we're going to follow it up with the shavers just to get rid of all the stubble, make it all smooth, and getting it ready for our next guideline. And I do apologize, guys. I am kind of sick, so I do have a stuffy nose, and that's why y'all keep hearing me with the sniffles and all that. And so I sound crazy, so my bad. And now, guys, with our no guard open, we're gonna make our first guideline. We're gonna make it about a finger's width, if that makes sense. Like the thickness of your finger, that's how big we're gonna make it. Just because we don't have a lot of room with what we're gonna do right now, and it is gonna be a drop fade, so just keep that in mind. But just like everything else, make sure you go over it multiple times to make sure it is all smooth and even. And as usual, guys, depending on the hair texture, you would want to have either a comb or a brush, just like I'm using now. Typically, hair like this, I would always want to use a brush just to lay down the hairs that I'm, cutting with, trying to flick out, and it just allows the hairs to make it look super more like even and more neat. And now, guys, with that number one open, so now we're gonna blend downwards, guys, as it was a 1.5 at first. Now we're using the actual one guard, but we're leaving the lever open. And what we're doing here is we're blending the hairs downwards. What I'm doing here is trying to take off any dark areas that the original number 1.5 couldn't take off. So I'm just looking for those dark areas, trying to soften them up with the one guard open. And as we work our way down, I will slowly be closing up that notch from all the way open to mid to all the way closed. And that's how we keep the gradation dark. That's how we give it, that we still give it that color, that dark color. And now, guys, with that number one close, we're just attacking that bottom line that we were just working on, that middle line, excuse me. That middle line, we're just trying to soften it up. You most likely won't be able to take off with the number one close. you are going to have to come back with it with the half guard open. And like I said, we're blending our way down. So anytime we start with a new guard, we were going to open up that lever and work our way down, slowly closing up that notch the lower we go. So here I am with that one closed, trying to soften up that line. And now with our zero guard, our half guard, we're going to be doing the same thing. Lever open and work our way down. Depending on how much pressure you apply, guys, you might be able to take it off with the half open. Sometimes you might have to do it closed. So right now we're just detailing, guys. Essentially, we're taking off that middle line again, but we're detailing now at this point. As you guys grow, as you guys cut more hair, you guys will see what I'm talking about when it comes to applying pressure while cutting hair. It makes a huge difference, guys. It saves you a lot of time, and it's just like everything else. The more you do it, the more you learn from it. So as you guys can see, I'm closing up that lever now, and I'm just attacking that line, trying to take it away. And like I said before, guys, worst case scenario, we take off that guard completely, all the way open, and just use the corner teeth of our blade to really give it that definition. We're really defining everything, give it more detail. And I forgot to mention too, guys, the guards that I am using are Stylecraft. I'm using those guards. I've always really liked them just because they're double magnetic and all that stuff. But I do notice that the half guard for Stylecraft is essentially a little bit bigger than the walls half guard, and that's why you see me switching up another half guard, the zero guard, but through wall. And this allows me to get even closer than the Stylecraft ones. So utilize your tools, guys. We have a bunch of different guards laying around, a bunch of different clippers and all that stuff. So really learn your tools, see what you guys like, see what you're all more comfortable with, and really just have certain tools, be specific on certain things, and this will allow you to have more nicer, efficient haircuts, if that makes sense. And here I am, guys, like I said, open and close. So the higher you go, obviously we want to keep it open because we're not trying to give them no bald spots, no light spots. So really pay attention to the dark areas and your clipper and give it that gradation. So detail. And right now, guys, I'm switching up the clipper. Obviously, I was using my Babulus and now I'm using my Instincts, some Stylecraft. And the reason why I switch them up, guys, because these get super close to the scalp. They're my zero gap clippers, so that's why I'm using these right now, and it's perfect to take away that bottom line, and that's that detail work. Takes off that bottom line, and slowly as I get higher up into the fade, I'm opening up that leverage you guys can see. So utilize your tools, guys. And now, guys, as we're getting closer towards the back of his head, once you do take off that bottom line, usually what I do is take a step back and kind of look at the whole fade that we just did. And this just allows me to see all the dark areas that I'm not able to see before that. And just work on it. Honestly, just give it that more detail work. And now that you guys see it right here, guys, this is what your face should be looking like all around. Do these same steps all around, and you guys will get the same results right here. A nice, smooth blend. And let me know what y'all think, guys. Is this technique a little bit harder? Is this something you guys already learned? Is this something that you're trying to learn? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I do this type of technique depending on the hair structure and depending on kind of the results that we're looking for. So these are things you're going to learn as you guys cut more hair and just, go into your career, your barber journey, and just learn different techniques, guys. I mentioned this before in other videos and all that, but just learn all the different techniques because you don't know which one could be your favorite, and you never even know if you might mix a little bit of everything, so make it your own style, so at the end of the day, I feel like clientele come to you because not only your personality might be pretty cool, but also because the way you cut hair, guys. We all have different techniques and we all have different styles, and that's what makes us all unique. And just keep that in mind, guys. Just find your own style. You're your only one barber. There's not another one like you. You know what I'm saying? And not only just how you cut, guys, but your personality too. Are you professional? Are you the type of barber who actually takes care of your clients? Because if you do, they'll take care of you. These are things to keep in mind. There's a lot of barbers out there who are just really, really good at cutting hair, but their personality is whack, or they never talk, or they never do. There's certain things that we all lack, but this is our job for us to, yeah, master our haircuts and all that stuff, but also master being there for our clients. Remembering the conversations that we had the previous time and bringing them up again, and doing these type of things just reminds them that like you are a good barber and you are there for them, and it just makes them feel good, honestly. And the reason why I bring this up is because these are things that I think about, and being in my barber journey is, being different. Let's be let's just level up our skills, let's level up our game and stuff like that. As you guys can see, that fade is really coming in, guys. It's starting to look really nice. We gave him that good blend, slowly fading downwards, and it's looking really nice. Really light from the bottom, but as we get higher, it looks darker and darker, and that's kind of what we're looking for, guys. In my opinion, it looks really good. Let me know what y'all think, guys. What would you guys do differently? Comment down below if y'all learned anything so far. And like I said, if you want me to teach you something else that, I haven't before, let me know. And maybe I don't know exactly what you guys want me to teach y'all, but maybe I could learn. So we can all learn together in a sense. So yeah, let me know. And here, guys, we're going to do his lineup. In other words, his edge up, as people call it. But right now, we just prep the hair by combing the hairs down. And now with our 1.5 guard open, I'm going to be cutting his hair downwards with the grain, not against it, with it. And this just allows the hair to kind of lay down, be long enough for the hairs to lay down and still be dark. If you go against it, it would look really, really light, like the side of his hair. And it all just preference. This is how I do it. A lot of people, depending on the clientele too, might want it to be all even and look all the same. So just learn your clients, learn what they like, and ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. I feel like a lot of barbers fear asking questions, but that's what makes you a good barber, is really trying to understand what your client wants. But first things first, we're going to get our liners, guys. As we comb down the hairs and brush them down and trim them down, I'm going to the highest part of his lineup, which is on the left side. He has like a little like calic area, little widow's peak area. And I'm just going straight across and just trying to make it all just nice and crispy. Go over the longer hairs multiple times and just take it little by little, guys. You don't need to go cut off chunks and regret, messing them up and stuff like that. So take a little by little and baby steps. And for my newer barbers, for my younger barbers, older, new, whatever, what razors are y'all using? Right now I'm using some Japanese ones. They are crazy, guys. They're super sharp, sharper than the derbies. Am I tripping, or does other people feel this way? Let me know what y'all think. But if you're not already using the straight edge, do it, guys. It changes the game, makes everything pop out more, and just makes your game higher than others. And here I am, guys, asking my client again if he likes the haircut. Of course he does. He comes back to me all the time. It's a day one homie. But if y'all learn anything, guys, hit that like button, that subscribe button. Send it to somebody that you think will benefit from. And let me know what y'all think, guys. I hope that y'all enjoy it. I'll see you on the next one.